The big disruption of 2023 was students using ChatGPT to write their essays for them. But there's a much more destructive practice happening within schools right now today. Teachers are using AI to grade their students' work. While this may seem like a great innovation, using any AI program to grade a student's work is much more harmful than you may realize.
Welcome, my son. Welcome to the machine.
If you want to use these systems to grade a student's work, it's at least important to understand how they operate. Most AI programs are trained in a similar way. For an easy visual, let's use image recognition. Which one of these pictures is a cat? Well, obviously it's this one. But how do you know that? Well, you might point out the ears, the nose, the fur, and the masochistic demeanor. Let's put a pin in that. AI is trained by giving them two pictures and asking the same question. Which one is a cat? The program will randomly guess, and then it will be checked. The robot is rewarded for choosing the right image. By repeating this process thousands, maybe millions of times, the program will begin to learn to recognize a cat. But now let's take that pin out. We might understand it's a cat because of its ears, nose, fur, and masochistic demeanor. But the AI knows there's a cat for different reasons. What are those reasons? We don't know. It is a mystery how AI knows any given subject, even natural language. Fundamentally, ChatGPT doesn't understand how to write. Its prime directive is to guess the most likely next word. It's like the suggested text button on your phone, but like way better. Its only job is to sound like real speech, but it doesn't actually understand how the human language works. For a great example of this, let's look at Google's deep learning model, AlphaGo. In 2016, our generation's atomic bomb was created right under our noses. Now, if you don't know how to play Go, it's important to understand that Go is not chess. As mathematician I.J. Good put it,
Go on a computer? In order to program a computer to play a reasonable game of Go rather than merely a legal game, it is necessary to formalize principles of good strategy or to design a learning program. These principles are more qualitative and mysterious than in chess and depend more on judgment. So I think it will be even more difficult to program a computer to play a reasonable game of Go than of chess.
AlphaGo is just that, a learning model that had been trained on 30 million different moves and 160,000 different games. In March of 2016, Google was ready to put AlphaGo to the ultimate test. Over a series of 5 games, the AI model beat Lee Sedol, the reigning world champion, 4-1. Humans would no longer be the best Go players on the planet, heck, in the universe. This realization would cause Lee Sedol to quit Go forever. A computer would always win. He could no longer be the best. That was until 2023 when Kellen Pellerine beat CatGo, an AI model on par with AlphaGo. Kellen was not some new champion that could put Lee to shame. In fact, he was a level below the top amateur level. His winning strategy? To play randomly. The program couldn't understand what he was doing and would bug out. Any human player could see that his moves were garbage and could beat him easily. But CatGo couldn't understand what it was looking at, and it would ultimately lose the game. Kellen highlighted the fundamental flaw with AI. AlphaGo doesn't understand how to play Go, only how humans play Go. AI doesn't understand what a cat is, only mysterious similarities between cats. ChatGPT doesn't know how to write, only how to make up sentences that make sense.
Seconds time, she said, I wanna live like common people. I wanna do whatever.
Now, this might be the desired outcome. If I want a picture of a fish and I ask it to draw me a picture of a fish, I hope I get something that resembles a fish. But remember, ChatGPT is constantly trying to guess the most likely next word. If most students receive a B on their essay, then ChatGPT will give that student a B, even if their essay was A-level work. This last fall, I wrote my first essay for my English class. Now, ChatGPT can genuinely be used to enhance your writing, so I decided to put it to the test. There were many methods I tried, but the one that matters for today was my final trial. I pasted my essay into ChatGPT and then painstakingly copied the rubric by hand. I prompted it to grade my paper based on the rubric and to give me scores in each of the categories. The result? 84 out of 100. Darn. I mean, I figured I was a little bit better than a low B, but okay, whatever. Then I prompted it to rewrite my essay to perfectly match the rubric. After that, sneakily in another chat, I posted the new essay with the same rubric, saying, grade it based on the rubric in each category. My result? An 86 out of 100. Only a 2-point increase. But then, I replicated this experiment with the example essays that were provided for the class. Paper A received an 83, Paper B received a 76, and Paper C received an 80. Upon inputting the rewritten perfect essays, Paper A V2 got 76, Paper B V2 got 92, and Paper C V2 got 66. These scores are seemingly random. Although ChatGPT provided reasons for these scores, the validity of those reasons weren't solid or based in truth.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies.
Oh, there's the sticky inconvenience of AI. The truth. It is well documented that large language models like ChatGPT lie all the time. Like, all the time! Again, these models don't care what the truth is, only to make compelling conversations that make it sound like they're human. This was put on glowing display in 2023 when a lawyer tried to use ChatGPT to help write his brief. In 2019, Roberto Mata was allegedly struck by a serving cart on board Avancia Airlines. In the case, Stephen Schwartz, Mr. Mata's lawyer, cited 6 different cases to show precedent. Unbeknownst to him, none of these cases were real. The judge deemed it bogus judicial decisions with bogus quotes and bogus internal citations, with the judge even considering sanctions. The case was eventually moved out of Schwartz's jurisdiction, and Schwartz now has his own lawyers. But ChatGPT's lies don't have to be as blatant as making up judicial precedent. They can be subtly woven into responses that we use every day. Anytime ChatGPT gives information on English, science, math, history, CTE, or any other subject in school, it is lying. It doesn't understand the subject, and therefore the grades it gives are invalid. If you are part of a school's administration, would you hire a grader who doesn't understand the subject and is prone to lying? No amount of training can solve these issues. Whether you're training an LLM for certain rubrics, for certain classes, or even certain styles of writing, the LLM will not understand the concepts they are grading. The more it convinces you that it can hand out real scores with valid reasons, the more it misleads you on its abilities. Even if we can convincingly fool the grader and the student because the grades are good enough, we shouldn't be giving students judgments that are good enough in the name of automation. The catchphrase of 2023 is, well, this is just a starting point. The temptation is, well, it won't be the final grade, it'll just be where I start from. But will it still be the starting point on hour 13 of grading? Can everyone who is using AI to grade be trusted with consistently enhancing the initial suggestions, no matter how tired they get or how daunting the workload? Unless the grader is willing to overhaul the grade given by AI, they should not use it as a starting point. Maybe there is a place for it in grading along the way, but AI cannot be the root, otherwise your grade will be fundamentally flawed.
The main issue that I take with this is the number, because the way that this is going to be utilized, despite claims to the contrary by these different companies, is that I'm going to see this and hit check mark and then move on to the next one, because the whole point is to speed up the things that I'm doing.
Students do not deserve to have their work graded in this unreliable and automated fashion. English classes can spend weeks of lessons writing every single part of an essay. Early lessons starting with the intro, they learn about hooks and thesis statements. A week later, you write the body of your essay with reasons and evidence. The third week is focused on the end of the essay, reiterating themes and closing arguments. After a peer review with other students spending up to an hour giving feedback and suggestions, the student turns in their essay at 11:58 p.m. A week or so later, the grader copy and pastes the essay into their AI of choice, and 30 seconds later, they post subpar and nigh misleading advice. Another student writes up their 5-step plan to corner a niche market in their business class. Their group worked together twice a week for 3 weeks, creating graphics and mock assets for their next big product. They submit it confidently, coming away with actionable steps they can use to add value to their next employer. Their grader copies and pastes, and they get away with an 86%. Not only does this grade fail to reflect their prowess in academics, it also leaves the group feeling demoralized. If this is how their work is treated, why shouldn't it be written by AI? If grading is synthesized, why can't their work be synthesized too? The next essay the student writes is written by ChatGPT, and they receive similarly dull and average grades. Worse yet, the business students head into the workforce and use AI to create uninspired strategies that just skate by. Because clearly, good enough is fine, and nobody expects more from them. Grading should be in service to the student, helping them learn and improve so they can become creative thinkers, problem solvers, leaders, and doers. Funneling them through this system of automated improvement robs students of their potential and diminishes what can be learned in the classroom. If you are concerned that faculty, staff, or coworkers are using AI to grade students' work, be sure to contact them. I also talk to schools and classes about responsible use of AI in academics, so if that's something you're interested in, just be sure to contact me with links in the description. If we truly want to see students care about their education and succeed academically, AI cannot be grading their work. If AI must be used when grading, it should be 100% transparent. Students should not be wondering if their assignment was graded by a robot. It should also only be used to grade assignments that are purely based on participation. Number value should never be given by an AI grader. These new tools are extremely powerful, and they should be used for tasks they're good at, but AI is terrible at grading.
Tell me lies.